Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, looking into Jennie and Summit's relationship timeline. Summit and Jennie's relationship on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way was rocky due to family opposition and cultural hurdles, but they persevered and married. Now, with his parents' blessing, the couple plans to open a cafe together. Few couples in 90 Day Fiancé history have stirred as much passion, disbelief, and admiration as Jennie Slatin and Sumit Singh. Their journey from a chance online connection to a decades-in-the-making love story has been a roller coaster of deceit, devotion, cultural barriers, and unshakable loyalty. As one of The Other Way's longest-running couples, Jennie and Summit's story has become a cornerstone of the franchise, showing that love, though not always easy, can transcend continents, traditions, and expectations. Let us take a deep dive into their fascinating relationship timeline from their very first messages to where they stand today. The beginning, a catfish turns into true love. Before becoming household names, Jennie and Summit's love story began online in 2011. But this wasn't your typical romantic start. Summit had initially catfished Jennie. Using the name Michael Jones, he presented himself as a charming, younger man from London. Jennie, living in California at the time, was flattered by the attention and quickly developed feelings for the mysterious Michael. When the truth finally came out that Michael was actually Summit, a young man from India, Jennie was heartbroken but surprisingly forgiving. Rather than cutting ties, she saw the sincerity behind the lie. Summit confessed that his deception stemmed from insecurity, fearing Jennie wouldn't accept him if she knew the truth. Against all odds, Jennie chose to continue the relationship, and from that point, their love became very real. 2013-2018, Virtual Love, Real Obstacles. For years, Jennie and Summit maintained a long-distance relationship. They spoke every day and even introduced each other to their families virtually, though Summit was hesitant to tell his parents the full truth. His conservative Indian family would have never approved of a woman 3 decades older than him, especially a divorced American grandmother. During this period, Jennie visited India to meet Summit in person. The chemistry was undeniable. They were affectionate, inseparable, and deeply in love. Jennie hoped Summit's family would eventually come around, but she had no idea of the storm waiting to unfold. 2019, Jennie moves to India. The Other Way begins. When 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way premiered in 2019, fans met Jennie as she took the ultimate leap of faith. She packed her life into a few suitcases and moved to India to be with Summit permanently. Viewers watched as she tried to adjust to life in a new country, embracing Indian culture, learning to cook local dishes, and navigating the complexities of Summit's tight-knit family. However, her dream of a fairy tale ending was shattered when one of the show's biggest plot twists was revealed. Summit was already married. Jennie's world crumbled. Summit had kept a devastating secret. His family had arranged a marriage for him years earlier, and he felt trapped. While Summit claimed he never loved his wife and had been forced into the union, Jennie felt betrayed. Their relationship, already tested by cultural differences, now faced its greatest challenge yet. 2020, Divorce, Redemption, and Rebuilding Trust. In the second season of The Other Way, Summit began divorce proceedings with his wife, a process that was anything but easy. His wife's family demanded money and legal compensation, and Summit was at risk of arrest if he didn't comply with certain terms. Jennie stood by him through it all, showing the depth of her loyalty. Fans saw a more vulnerable side of Summit, a man torn between his love for Jennie and his fear of disownment from his parents. Despite all the drama, Jennie remained patient, believing their love was worth fighting for. By the end of the season, Summit's divorce was finalized, but another obstacle loomed: his parents still refused to bless their union. Summit's mother, Sana, was particularly vocal, calling their relationship shameful. Yet, even in the face of rejection, Jennie and Summit refused to walk away from each other. 2021, Marriage Against All Odds. Season 3 of The Other Way delivered the moment fans had been waiting years to see. Jennie and Summit finally got married. In a beautiful, intimate ceremony in India, the couple tied the knot in secret, without his parents' knowledge or approval. The wedding was symbolic of their journey, small, personal, and defiant. Jennie, dressed in traditional Indian attire, was radiant, while Summit looked both proud and nervous. Their vows weren't just about love, they were a declaration of independence from cultural constraints. Their marriage certificate marked the culmination of nearly a decade of perseverance. Viewers couldn't help but cheer for them, even as many wondered, could they truly make it work long-term? 2022, Married life and family tension. Married life didn't magically erase the problems that had haunted them. Jennie wanted to enjoy a peaceful, stable life with her husband, but Summit continued to seek his family's approval. His desire to reconcile with his parents often clashed with Jennie's frustration. She had sacrificed her home, her family, and her comfort for this relationship, yet still felt like an outsider. Meanwhile, Summit's parents remained firm in their disapproval. His mother even tried to live with them for a period, hoping to convince Summit that life with Jennie was unsustainable. That experiment ended in tears, shouting, and heartbreak. Despite the family drama, Jennie and Summit seemed happier than ever as a couple. They traveled together, posted adorable selfies on social media, and showcased their love unapologetically. 2023-2024, a love that won't quit. In recent updates and spin-offs, Jennie and Summit continued to appear on 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, where fans saw their everyday challenges as a married couple. From visa concerns to financial adjustments, their story remained relatable yet extraordinary. One ongoing point of tension was Summit's desire for children, or rather, his parents' insistence that he should have them. Jennie, now in her 60s, made it clear that motherhood was no longer an option. Still, they found ways to make peace with their reality, focusing on enjoying their life together. They spent holidays in India, shared cozy home-cooked meals, and even hinted at potential travel to the US. Summit applied for a spousal visa, fueling speculation that the couple might soon relocate to California. What's next for Jennie and Summit? As of now, Jennie and Summit's love story continues to evolve. Fans remain divided. Some still doubt Summit's sincerity, believing he's too easily influenced by his family, while others see him as a man who truly chose love over everything else. Their story embodies The Other Way's core theme, that love isn't about convenience or comfort, but courage. Jennie left everything she knew to live in a country where she didn't speak the language and was never fully accepted. Summit risked familial exile to be with a woman the world said he shouldn't love. Through every argument, lie, and triumph, Jennie and Summit have proven that their bond, though imperfect, is undeniably real. The legacy of Jennie and Summit. In the grand saga of 90 Day Fiancé, Jennie and Summit represent something rare: a couple who fought tooth and nail to be together despite seemingly insurmountable odds. Their story is part soap opera, part love letter to persistence. From catfishing to cross-continental devotion, theirs is a modern fairy tale told in broken English, tears, laughter, and long-distance phone calls. And while they may not fit the mold of a conventional romance, perhaps that's why their love resonates so deeply. Jennie and Summit remind viewers that no relationship is perfect, but with honesty, patience, and relentless commitment, even the most unconventional love can find its happily ever after.